pussycat, welcome to my channel. My name is Emma Cownley, I'm a freelance copywriter and blogger, and today I'm going to be taking you through a few things you should be charging for as part of your freelance rate, and you're fucking not doing that. And it might not even have occurred to you to charge for these things, but ultimately they're all things that cost you time, cost you effort, and actually make up part of the job that you're doing for a client, so you fucking should charge for them. If you don't charge for them, you're hemorrhaging revenue that you could be using to build a profitable freelance business. And these are really fucking basic things, and you're already doing them. So let's start charging for them. Today I'm going to reveal what they are. Before I give you the goodies, I'd ask you to do a little something for me. Click the little thumbs up button just down there. It's free to do. It helps me because I'm about to help you. Was that a rhyme? You could also subscribe to this channel if you wanted to. I wouldn't complain. In fact, I think I'd like you more. Okay, things you aren't charging for that you definitely should be charging for. So let's start at the beginning of the freelance journey and then move through as the job progresses to the final conclusion. Test pieces. We've talked about test pieces on this channel here before. Some clients will ask you to do a free test piece, and this could be anything from just a little paragraph here and there, or just rewrite this paragraph into a new style so that we can see what your skills are, all the way through to coming up with 5 blog ideas for them, or an entire blog post of 500 words in length on any given topic for free so they can see the quality of your work. Now first let me say, I personally don't do free test pieces. I do not do that. I will not do that. If somebody comes in and asks me to do something like that for free, it's a red flag straight away. I know that the client is not necessarily, generally speaking, someone that I'm going to be interested in working with. They've showed me their quality by asking me to do that, and I'm not interested. I'm not going to do it. So that's first off. I think that my portfolio speaks for itself, and if they want to see specific examples that I haven't been able to put online, I'll always offer that. I'll say, what do you want? What types of things do you want to see? I can go through my portfolio and show you things that I haven't been able to make public that I've worked on, but I do have samples for you that you can look at. Or I can give you a kind of rough idea of how I would approach this, but I'm not going to do it for you for free. And something like a 500-word blog post, for me at least, would be half a day's work. That's £200, effectively, give or take, that I've just given away for free. So long story short, I don't do test pieces for free. If you decide that you do want to do a test piece, always say that you would like to be paid for it, even if it's at a reduced rate or kind of a set fee. If you're going to do a test piece, fucking make sure you get paid for that shit, for fuck's sake. You're spending time and effort. The amount of time you spend doing the research and getting into the client mindset, always convincing yourself that it will be worth it if you can just secure that client. Because think of all the work you'll get in the future. That's not guaranteed. Until you have a signed piece of paper promising the work with a deposit, it's not guaranteed. They can ghost at any time. It doesn't matter if they've said to you on the phone or via email that it could lead to loads of work. Not guaranteed. Don't fucking do it. But if you are going to do it, make sure that you charge for it, even if it's a little something something. Kind of moving on from that, if you are asked to create a proposal for a job, what would you do? What are your ideas? Can you put something together for us so that we can look through it, in effect, kind of like a proposal or a pitch document? I never used to charge for these, but they take such a long time. The amount of research, effort, time that you put into a pitch document, and effectively you are giving away some of your expertise and skills in the recommendations that you are suggesting in the pitch. So they are getting your knowledge through a pitch. They should pay for it. My freelance colleague Mary Whitehouse recently mentioned to me in in a private chat that we were having that she has a set fee for a proposal, and then when the client chooses to sign on, if they do, that can be kind of added to the overall fee or deducted from the overall fee, so that they're kind of recouping that cost. And if they choose not to go with her, at least she got some money for the work that she did in that proposal. So always charge for your proposals, even if it's just a small little set fee, £200, £100, whatever, that you are doing. Introductory and chemistry calls. These bad boys, if you're somebody that goes out and pitches a lot and spends a lot of time chatting with new prospects to try and get the feel of whether or not it's going to be a good working relationship, I will say do a Joe Jeffries. Fucking charge for that shit and then deduct it from the final cost if they choose to move ahead with you as the writer. Because much like the test pieces and the proposals, clients will go out and schedule multiple introductory meetings with multiple freelancers and then just select the one that they want. So you have given an hour or whatever of your time for free, and to keep on doing that, especially if it's an in-person meeting, the time you waste on it, and it is billable time. So you want something that's going to incentivize potential clients to not dick around with your time. It is valuable. You are a professional. You are a business. All of your time is money. And for example, even if you're going to have kind of a call with a solicitor or whatever, that shit's billable as well. So it's nothing new. It's perfectly reasonable to ask to be kind of, what's the word I'm looking for? Come on, girl. Come on. Compensated. Oh, that feeling when you get the word you were looking for. It's not unreasonable for you to ask to be compensated for that time. General administration. As part of any project or job that you are doing, you are having to create invoices, create quotes, create writers' agreements, format documents, send to X, Y, and Z. This is all kind of like an administrative thing that you're doing, scheduling calls, all of that kind of PA type stuff that you're doing as part of the job. That is taking up time during your work day, so that is something that needs to be factored in to the price of your project fee. If you would like to know more about how to price a project, I've done a video on it which I will link below and show you here. Don't forget to factor that shit into the price of the job, because it is all stuff that you're doing that's taking away time, and time that you're spending doing that is not time that you are spending doing a paid client job. So fucking build that into the price, please. Scope creep. Named that because it is a little fucking creep. Scope creep is one of the biggest threats to your profitability as a freelancer, especially if you're like me and you're the kind of person that will just take it like a bitch all day long. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to create a writer's agreement which specifically lists out the exact parameters of the job in very careful language. Make sure that there's no loopholes and no room for misinterpretation. Every stage of the journey, in your quote, in your email that you're confirming what it is they've asked for, in your writer's agreement, you're saying exactly what this job entails. So when Johnny from legal or Sarah, head of marketing or whatever, comes in with a brand new idea, oh, we could add this. Or what if we did another page as part of this? Or how about if we create a series of emails? Yeah, Sarah, that's a great idea. Let's do that. However, that's not part of what we agreed for this job. I'm going to have to make a separate quote for you and invoice for that separately as its own thing, because it's not part of this job. Don't be a chump, please. Don't be like me. Don't be a chump. Finally, additional rounds of amendments and changes. In my writer's agreement, I always say that the fee that they have been quoted includes one first draft, one round of amendments, and 1 round of tweaks. Because obviously your first draft is never going to be fucking perfect, but if the brief you were given was good enough, you should only have to make some kind of minor shuffles, changes within the scope of the job that you've been asked to do. And then finally, little adjustments here and there, changing a word, adding a full stop, whatever. That's what's included. If you want additional rounds of amendments, that's fair enough. It's going to cost however much per hour extra, the more that we do. Likewise, if they're coming in with different requirements on the first draft, if it's scope creep, call that shit out. Because you should really only be needing to edit the stuff that you are currently working on, not adding whole chunks of new things or different things or completely changing what it is that you're doing. I recently had this, and it was a really stressful and horrible situation where I had been approached to write one thing, and I thought we were pretty clear on what it was we were writing. But then when the edits and amendments came back, it turned out they changed their mind. They wanted a completely different direction. They wanted to be able to workshop the draft with everyone. They wanted extra rounds of amendments. And I said, hey fella, that's just not how we do things over here. This isn't writing by committee. That's not what I do. This job is actually something completely different from what it is that you think it is. In my opinion, here's actually what it is you need. I don't do that. Let me recommend somebody that does do that for you, because you thought you needed A, really you need B, and I'm not here doing change upon change upon change upon change, submitting it to you so that you can pick what you like best, because you don't really know what it is you like, because you haven't done the groundwork to begin with to decide what it is that you need to be doing. And yeah, it was horrible. And it really stressed me out for like a really long time. And I had all of these really stressful dreams about it as well. It was a bad time. But I did stand up for myself, and I hated it. So, freelance life, woo! So, what were we talking about? Edits and changes. Stipulate exactly how many rounds are included with the project fee. If they want more, fucking charge for that shit. And once you get past a certain point, it might become clear that in actual fact, the original brief wasn't good enough, and they need to maybe go back and look at that again before you continue. Because if you're kind of on like the 4th round of amendments, it kind of feels like a them problem, not a you problem. Do you know what I mean? I don't know. So what do you guys think? Are any of these surprising to you? Do you already charge for some of these things? Do you charge for other things that I haven't mentioned here in this video? Leave a comment below and let me know what you think. I like to hear your opinions and views, and I always enjoy chatting with you in the comments, so get involved, please. Don't forget to like and subscribe this video, and I'll see you back here in 2 weeks' time for more Kiss My A's. Thank you, and peace out.